Howdy, friends. It's a Tuesday morning, Milton, Florida. The forecast is partly cloudy. Really nice weather. Starting to get a little hot. It's supposed to be like 90 degrees today, and that kind of stinks because my air conditioning is not working in the van. Trying to wait about 8 more days before I can address that. So here we are. But had some good quality time with the squirrels. Been looking for Scarface. I haven't seen him around lately, but I know you're going to get mad because I didn't give you notice. I decided I'd just pop on here real quick before it gets too hot because my phone will overheat and shut down like it's done. Hey, what's up, Dobbers? How are you? I did get your new address, by the way. Thank you. Give me a little time to get some things worked out. Next eight, I was going to talk about it going forward, but I'll talk about it now. I guess finances are like, it's more like what finances the next 8 days or so. So, uh, trying to push, and it's going to really stink because this holiday weekend I'm not going to have any money, so I have no idea what I'm going to do. Can't actually. I did look at a campground site that I could reserve. I thought about it, like if I'm pretty frugal, I could probably do um, Sunday and Monday because one of my favorite sites was available, and but I don't have the money. It's only Tuesday. By Friday, they're all going to be booked up because it's a holiday weekend. So I wish I could figure that out somehow. But anyway, so yeah, it's a little breezy. I love the thing I love most about coming out here by the river in the morning. The water is always so calm, not a ripple. It looks like a sheet of ice almost, and so I like that. There was some stuff I wanted to talk about. Um, when I tried to go camping this past weekend, the I had the problem with the person who tried to take over my campsite. Allegedly, it was unintentional. I have doubts on that. Then they left a whole bunch of extreme. It's the worst I've ever seen. All the litter in the fire pit, and a lot of times I'll clean it if it's not too bad. I'll clean it out, but it was so disgusting. I was so pissed that I was like, oh, okay. Not sure if I can read the whole message, Melinda, but I think I know what you're saying. But yeah. Anyway, so I was pretty upset, and I was like, this just ruined my entire plans. And even though it's a free campsite, uh, you know, I spend like $50 in fuel because when you're there, you got to travel back and forth to the grocery store, and it's just like it's not that close. And then you're spending like another 50 in food and all these other auxiliary things. If you have to, uh, buy like paper towels and stuff like all the little extra things along the way, it adds up. It really does. And, so now, this free camping trip, you're well over $100, it depends how elaborate you get, and if you buy cold snacks. So you're looking closer to 150, and I get out there to experience that. Um, but I thought I'd tell you about some of the yeah, I know, Melinda. Yeah, it's going to be crazy, and the weather actually looks pretty good too. Uh, I think Monday it's starting to cool down a little bit, Sunday and Monday, but I know like Saturday's like down here, like we're supposed to get 90 degrees today, so it's supposed to be pretty much the same thing this weekend. But where I go to Carrick Lake, the site that was available, I'm I may try and finagle something with my boss. I have last resort. But I may be able to swing that today somehow, um, or late tonight. But I really don't want to go down that road. But I kind of the kickoff for the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity is on Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time. It's on a rebranded channel name called JJ's Lifted Horizons. And it's going to be a really nice tribute to the veterans. And this is the start of the fundraising drive to help the veterans in two different charities, foundations, whatever you want to call it. Wanted, hey, Jamie, what's up? Jamie, I just saw the picture of your daughter, her birthday. That she looks so elegant there. She looks, I will say this, Jamie, with no BS, your kids always look so happy. They're either extremely photogenic or they just loving life, being related to, you and Nick. So good job in that department. So, where was I headed? Oh, so the kickoff, to the fundraising campaign. Melinda, I'm working behind the scenes trying to get MT Homestead with, he wouldn't be, he kind of would be representing MT Homestead. He always does, obviously, but he's affiliated with a side channel called Sergeant's Talk TV, and we're trying to get him as a guest speaker. And he was sent some information via email today, and to Sergeant, his email address on Sergeant Talk TV. I get a little tongue tied with that name. For some reason, I always want to call it Sergeant's Corner. I don't know. Maybe did they change the name? I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was Sergeant's Corner. But anyway, we were hoping he could plug it on his Sergeant's Talk TV tonight when he goes live at 8 p.m. But I'll be working, so I really can't pop in at that time. Usually my dinner breaks either between 6 and 7 Central Time. So I won't be able to be there at 8 because that's like we're working on what she said. LOL, thanks. It's not always sunshine and rainbows over here. They bad. No, I think it's your mother that's bad. She seems to be. I don't know about that lady. Might want to check on her. Give her a straitjacket or something. But anyway, so yeah, if Mike can participate and plug it a little bit with the veterans, hopefully, we're hoping for a really good year. Last year we had some roadblocks a little bit. This year we're hoping for better things. I'm hoping I can do more this year, but I won't be able to do anything this weekend. So hopefully in the very near future. Obviously, Melinda, I'm not sure how much of the you heard, because I've been on so many different videos trying to find the Mid-America Meetup stuff, but I shipped 3 bottles of honey plus some channel stickers, and they already have the hat hooks. One of the bottles broke, but it was self-contained in a bubble wrap envelope, so apparently it didn't affect the rest of the jars, the labels, or anything like that. Sounds like. So I'm still working on getting yours to you. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit not, I prefer to, do it indoors like a Red Roof Inn or something like that, where I have air conditioning. That doesn't look like it's going to be in the forecast anytime soon, at least not for the next 12, 13 days. But where was I going? So one thing that really cool happened, I got to tell you about this. I briefly touched on it, but when I was there at the campground, I was there really early, and I was waiting for this lady who I thought was legally checked in to my campsite, and I was there like many hours early, 4 or 5 hours early, but she's supposed to leave by 1 p.m. And I was there like 10 a.m. Central Time. So I was just chilling out, and I end up talking to a, a guy who had like a 750, I think it was a Kawasaki motorcycle. Young kid, I say young kid, he's like 20 years old. His name's Mateo, and he's traveling all across the country. He's trying to do uh, all the states. I know he's trying to do all the lower 48 in a period of time. He already started one leg of his trip and then recessed, and then now he's back at it. But did a really, really cool interview with him. It went so well. At first, it's got a little shaky in the beginning. I don't know why my phone does this, but it recorded for like, I don't know what it was, like a minute, 20 seconds, shut off. Then it's a part two, and then got to talk about not being able to edit to two into one. So I'm really ticked off. I'm trying to throw out an offer to somebody with a little higher intelligence than me to pay them at least merge those two videos together. Guy is really cool. It's really unique. He's how we have our decal boards. Well, he's got that on his. I think you call it a cowling. It goes over his gas tank, and I gave him one of my stickers. He put it on there, and yeah, Melinda, I've been checking that. Believe it or not that many long format videos were done this year. I have yet to find a. I've done two different searches. I did Mid America Meetup, and then I did the hashtag that Big Mike provided, and I'm getting some, but uh, no close-ups of the giveaways. I really wanted to see what faces were there, who won what, not necessarily just my prizes. It would be kind of cool to know, and but yeah, it just doesn't seem like not as many people have put out a lot of short videos. I saw just the long format, just for whatever reasons, lacking this year. I know that I think they said they had something like 300 people last year. This year it was closer to like 180 or something. I think I heard Mike say. Um, but anyway, yeah, the interview with Mateo was super cool. Like, this guy was so well spoken, had such a good head on his shoulders for only being 20 years old. And I kind of, if I can get that merged into one, I, I was thinking maybe titling it something like um, I met a youthful adventurer, or a youthful adventurer, or something like that. But he's just going all over the place. And where he was camped, his site was 3, 4. I think he was at campsite 5, which backed up to, there was like the ridge that goes to site number 7. That's where I had that really weird encounter, a very large being that a while back. And my purpose for me going out there was to, first of all, to enjoy a good fire pit, do some cooking recipes, go walk through that wooded area, um, and try and look for physical signs I've learned a little bit more about, with tree markings and stuff like X markings, and perhaps leave a gift. There are a lot of people believe that there's a lot of gift exchange between Sasquatch and humans. Bigfoot, whatever you want to call them, like certain types of pretty rocks. And so that never happened because the crackhead ruined my entire night, and I never even stayed the second day. I ended up calling the I forget what it's called, the Northwest Florida Management Facility, who maintains that, and I made sure they were quite clear. I let them know I evacuated a day early, and sent them pictures and even video to let them know I was not the idiot that left that mess like that. And it really, really disturbed me. Uh, I had some people comment, well, why didn't you just clean it out? Well, I've done that. And this was the worst I've ever seen. It was so disrespectful. Like, I literally didn't know if there was going to be like hypodermic needles in there, crack pipes. I mean, it was so bad. it was it surpassed any other fire pit I've ever seen. But there was some other stuff. A guy I work with has he has some good friends, and they have, I don't know how much property. I'm going to guess like 15 acres. I really don't know the amount, but they're putting in like concrete pads like you would have at a campground with water and electric and stuff like that. So they're going to be renting those out. The first one is going to my friend Tony, and they bought him a. They're really good friends, so they bought him basically like a shed. They're converting it to a tiny house, and so that's in kind of like preliminary stages. So you still got to do a lot of work on the inside. And so I talked to Tony about, you know, coming out there and doing a video, see how they're working, what their goals are for where they're going to set the up, kind of like what Jared Crocker did, South Texas Roots and stuff like that. So a lot of other channels have done it too, but I thought that would be cool. And then he wants to introduce me to his friends that own that property, and then they have an opportunity coming up. He was just telling me about this yesterday. It sounds like it's a, can't remember if it's double wide, but it's like a mobile home with 2 bedrooms. So it's probably a single wide or whatever you want to call that, and that may become available in the beginning of June. But he threw out a hypothetical number, and there's no way I can swing it. I mean, just because everything in limbo with Social Security, all the vehicle problems with my van, I just can't risk it. I gotta. My top priority in life is keeping myself fed and trying to get this air conditioning under control, keeping the van moving. Um, but that's some of what I want to do. And oh man, I know I'm forgetting some stuff. A whole bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about. I did some cool stuff with the squirrels today. They are so cool, man. I kid you not. They're really, really active in the morning when it's a little bit cooler. And I'm looking at one in a tree, little tree limb up. It's cool. They give you so many profiles as they're eating. They're uh, almost like what a hog would do. They'll do the rooting thing, looking for the buried nuts, and but they literally come right up to my driver's door and they look at me. They'll stand almost like a dog begging. They'll look at me like, they'll cock their head, and I'll talk to them and they'll listen. And it's funny, they're so cool. It's just, we literally do a lot of communication. I had 2 videos that I did of them with the squirrels doing their little squirrel bark. I always heard about these squirrel barks, but I was never really able to get a really good video. Uh, so I think it was yesterday. I was shooting a video. The guy, I could see the squirrel barking. He was perpendicular on the tree bark. And by the time I got the phone up and everything, and I went to record it, I only got a brief thing. Uh, but it would have been really cool because not only could you hear his squirrel bark, it's almost like a cross between a cough and like a crow bark. Well, I don't know what crows do, but I'm sure Robert Crow Jr. is going to let me know. But so that didn't turn out too well. But I got another video that you could hear the squirrels doing their barking thing, which is really cool. And I always wondered what that was like. And when I did that a really long hike a long time ago, uh, when I had that scary encounter when I went to I could see the place, the vision where I almost stepped on the snake, and I was worried about the hogs and all that stuff. Oh my gosh, I can see the place. I know the place. But anyway, um, when I walked into the woods, at first I didn't hear anything. Well, at first I heard something. Oh, the beautiful profile of this squirrel. I wish I could show it to you. but he's just chomping on something. It's so funny. They're so resourceful. They'll pull a piece of bark or a piece of grass and just chew on it, and they eat a lot. That's for damn sure. But I heard some noises. I thought they were like kind of crows, but they were softer sounding. Now I know, after rewatching that video, um, they were, squirrel bark, barks, and that's how they communicate to each other. That there's different, intruders in the area, and I don't know what was intruding when I was filming because they know I'm safe. They see me every day, so I know they weren't advising me. Maybe there was something else coming in. Oh, here's the other thing I wanted to tell you that was so cool when I went camping. I knew there was something I wanted to tell you. So I was just, I was, obviously very angry. Well, I wasn't angry yet. I was in waiting mode for this lady to, vacate. And all of a sudden I hear this noise on my passenger window, and it was like a lot of fluttering. And I look over, and this red cardinal was like trying to court its own reflection in my passenger window. And I saw it by the time I got picked up the phone, turned it on. It must have seen me move and got frightened, flew away. Then later I went back to do what I was doing, and then I tried to do it again. It got frightened. Then it flew away, and then did the same thing on. It was like this guy had like an F-150 pickup or something, and I get out the. I'm so mad at myself, man. I missed so many good golden opportunities. Should be called golden opportunities, but so I get out the first time, and my door's got a squeak to it. So as I open up the door, it squeaks. The cardinal flies away. I'm like, damn it. So now I'm really mad. So then I see it come back, and it's like courting its own reflection in the window of this F-150. So I'm trying to open up the door real slowly. I get out, I turn it on, see the very beginning, and then somehow I record everything from below the window down. I never even got to see the cardinal. I thought I had it, but my phone gets so dark when I'm in the sun. It's hard to see the screen. I thought I had it. I screwed something up, obviously. That would have been a really cool video because it probably, it probably went up for like about a minute and a half. Um, anyway, so I blew that one one more time. But hopefully I get to see that again. That was really cool. It was so pretty, so just like vibrant in that red color, and it just kept fluttering and like I don't know, trying to kiss its own reflection or whatever they do. I'm not a birdologist. How's that for a word? But I am a sweatologist, so I'm gonna tap out and say goodbye, and hopefully talk to you guys soon this weekend. If you get a chance, stop by JJ's Lifted Horizons, 7 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. Hopefully some good things will happen. He already has $776 donated. It's a 501c charity. 100% of everything donated, earned, goes 100% to the charity, the foundation. And no board members. I'm on the board now as Director of Community Outreach. And I got to tell you one story. There was a chance we were going to have a Gold Star family. We were working towards having a Gold Star family from a deceased military veteran, an Army veteran that was a Medal of Honor recipient that sacrificed his own life. There was a little bit of a mix-up, and that is not going to happen. But that would have been super cool. I'm now, since I have that title, Director of Community Outreach, I have a lot of things buried that I just need to execute, and I just got to work on taking care of my own problems first. Then we'll get after that. But anyway, peace out, Americans, and remember, freedom's not free. Veterans pay the price for our daily activities. Thank a veteran when you can. Feed a veteran. Just always shake their hand. Appreciate you. Peace out, my friends. Thanks for stopping in, divers. You will have some honey. I'll let you know when it's on the way. I'll send you a tracking number 2. All right. Peace. Thanks.